Hello faithful viewers and welcome back to another Transformers review. This time we're looking at the Transformers Armada Galvatron. Yes, this is the usual repaint of a Megatron that happens with the Transformers toy line, except in some cases where they are completely different molds / characters. But this was the Unicron trilogy, and every year it was a Hasbro mandate, I suppose, to have a repaint of Megatron be a Galvatron. So this was the first of the Unicron trilogy. Now, as you can probably tell, he is a second-hand copy, and he is quite used and abused, and suffering from a lot of paint degradation thanks to exposure to the light and whatnot. It's not my fault. He turns into a H-Tank, as you would expect this iteration of a character to do. His primary colours are meant to be white. As you can see, it's not so much anymore. Secondary colour, kind of like a maroon purple kind of thing going on here. You've got some nice light purple lilac going on at the back there. There's some little gold accents on the front, painted yellow headlights on the top there and up there as well. You've got a translucent Decepticon logo up top there. That's where there'll be usually some lights. And this figure is renowned for being very gimmick heavy, and lights and sound effects that happened whenever you turned the turrets. Fortunately, the batteries were removed from this, so we are spared the misery of having just the horrible noises go every time we move this. It's a mercy, trust me. But overall, the vehicle mode, you know, it's not too terrible. It's iconic. It would look nice if it weren't so degraded, but then again, that's just my copy. Flipping him to the underside, can we tell what's what? Well, we can have a very good guess. There's the head, these are the legs, and the arms are, to their credit, hidden pretty decently, even though if you know the mould, they're in there. Does he roll very well? Well, not really. It's because he's so heavy, he kind of has a lot of traction on here, so he don't roll all that well, but you know, whatever. Now, the turrets can rotate 360 degrees. That's something that this old figure can do, and the new Legacy update can't. And in the future, we'll do an old versus new, more in-depth comparison. But anyway, now as I said, this figure is renowned for his gimmicks. Now, I don't have his Minicon partner Clench, who is just a repaint of Leader 1, so I'm having to dig out a Minicon from my collection. So let's use Zapmaster here, who came with Thundercracker, just to demonstrate all of the different things that this guy can do. So, for a start, Minicon port there, Minicon port there, you've got one there, you've got one there, you've got one there, one there, one there, why is that open? And one there. So he's got quite a lot of Minicon ports. On the front, you've got a little black button here, which when you flick it, it releases all of these. And 1, 2, 3 more Minicon ports. So you can attach him with loads of these silly little things. And then to close this, you have to do it in a very specific order of operations, starting at the front and then going to the back. When that last one clips in, that seals the entire stuff because all the tabs sit under one another. When you come to this little back portion here, I quite like this aspect of his gimmickry. You have to literally pull out this cage, and then you can open it up. And it is just a little cage, but I love, there's something quite pleasing about the fact that that goes in and out and you have to tug it. It's kind of like a fidget thing, almost. So you can pop a Minicon in there. You can't really close it, but they're just sitting there, so it's a capture cage. Anyway, I like that quite a lot. Let's push that away. We'll come to this bit here. So we fold this out. You've got a little ramp, and you've got an extender claw thing going on there. So you can drill your Minicon up there. Doodly doo, clamp. It can't drag it in, that's as far as it can go, but that's the theory. It's a nice little feature. So let's push that away, let's fold that up. It's spring loaded, as you can infer there. Fold that in, close it up, lovely jubbly. And then you've got this bizarre thing which folds out. I don't know if it's meant to be like a launch pad sort of thing for like an aerial based Minicon, but you can, I suppose, pop a guy on there and pretend that he's launching off even though he doesn't. But you can play and act and have fun, and yeah, sure. And then you, of course, have this one up here, which you're meant to pull back and it folds that there. And then if you drag the Minicon over to the side, that then locks that gun in place. You'll notice, though, that the mechanism is so bust of this, you can just manually do it. But alas alack. So we've got to get down to transformation. Easy peasy lemon squeezy transformation here for Galvatron. So we're going to start at the legs. We're going to flip the figure over just so we can have a better control over him. Unclip and bring down. Unclip and bring down. 180 at the waist. Fold the feet up until they do tab into place. Like that. Take the heels, fold them back, smack him down. Rotate the turret. Pull the cannon onto his armpit. Rotate your camera up. Come to the side here, open that up. Dig out the arms and close it back up. Like so, and then fold down the faceplate. And there you go, that is Galvatron fully transformed. Very simplistic transformation and kind of timeless because the new Legacy figure, very, very similar, just with a few added bits and bobs. Now you can see the thing that he is missing straight from the get-go, as he's a second-hand figure, the ear horns. I did actually just see when I got the Legacy one the other day, if you could take the ear horns off it, which you can, and if you could put it on this one, you can't. So, unfortunately, this Galvatron will forever be incomplete unless someone can hook me up with the antlers. That'd be nice. As we can see, primary colours remain the same for the robot mode. He's got a black face, he's got red eyes, he's got a golden forehead, and the maroony purple kind of side bits to his face. The tyres, what you see there is not dust, it is actually painted to kind of be muddy, so that's quite a nice bit of detail going on there. You've got some bright Decepticon symbols on his shoulders, plus a little mini Decepticon symbol there for the faceplate slider. You've got nice ab detailing going on there with some gold spots. You've got gold grooves there for the elbow joints and some nice arrowed detailing on his thighs, and then the shin area retain the detail that was evident in vehicle mode. So overall, he looks very nice, and fortunately in robot mode he suffers less from visible colour degradation than he does in vehicle mode, because all of that goes on his back. In terms of kibble, well, he's got his turret, of course, but, you know, apart from that, he doesn't have anything, which is really good. Continuing on with the gimmickry section, now Galvatron doesn't have too much more in robot mode than what we've already covered for vehicle mode, but we will focus on this Minicon port here, and if you slap someone in, hey, Swindle's that master here can, you know, double as a arm blade, but what you can do, you'll notice that his left hand is very different to his right hand, and that is because you can see that thing poking out there. So if we pull down on this, and then out flips a little knife, which I think he only used in the last episode of Armada. But once again, like the back cannon, as we showed off earlier, this Minicon port is so scuff that you can manually do it without a Minicon attached. Boom, like that. And he didn't even need a Minicon in the episode of which to use this anyway, so, you know. I don't know if the fact that you can do this just without one attached is commonplace, or if it's just an aspect of this figure being really old and abused. I don't know, but I like the fact that you don't actually need one plugged in to be able to access this. Galvi's main Power Links feature is, I believe, called Evo Fusion in the new toy line, and it consists of him raising his arms like this, you fold the cannon out like that, and then you grab him there, hoist him up, rotate all of this forward, smash him back down, bring the cannon that way, and then bring that out that way. And yeah, that is the thing that he could do to power up and shoot crazy projectiles from his front. Now you'll notice, which side is it? This side. You'll notice this bizarre little thing here. It's kind of like a turntable sort of thing. Now, what my understanding of it is that you're meant to rotate this, and it's the thing that's meant to rotate his turret here, because as you can see, it's moving in time, and it goes both ways. However, it doesn't seem to actually work. I'm rotating that and that is not going, but when I rotate this, then it spins. Strange. Now, again, mercifully, I've taken out, well, I didn't take out the batteries, but they just weren't in when I got him. So he's not doing all of his ridiculously annoying sound effects. That's good. But then, you know, you can spin and all of that. Blam, 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 blam. Obviously, he would have had fireable missiles in there. Don't have them either, unfortunately. So, you know, it's a cool little thing that he can do, though. And of course, when he combines with Tidal Wave, then you need to bring all of this to the front to accommodate that. So let's just rotate that back. And you'll notice also when we are putting him back, this bit here is molded to accommodate this strange little lever. Just clips in like that. But again, the purpose of the lever is bizarre considering it doesn't seem to spin the turret. Okay, so in terms of articulation, you'll find that Galvatron here is a bit lackluster. In terms of the head, he can rotate it 360 degrees and that's it. He can't look up and he can't look down. In terms of the shoulders, they can move down like that and back like that. Probably blocked by the turret itself, unfortunately. That's something that the new guy can't do. And the new one's shoulders are a little bit of a pet peeve, which is commonplace with us YouTubers. A lot of us don't like it. They can move out that far. There is a 360 rotation at the elbow. And then there is also a 90-degree elbow bend like that. Nothing at the wrists. That, oh yeah, no, pardon me, there is something at the wrists. I'm activating all of the gimmicks as I do it. He actually does have 360 wrist rotation. I didn't actually know that. So you find out something new every day about your figures. In terms of the waist, he does have 360 waist rotation, which is mainly for transformation, but it is there, that's nice. In terms of a forward kick, absolutely nothing. Can't forward kick at all. Something that the new guy can do. In terms of a spread though, beautiful spread. Love that. In terms of knee, nothing. Absolutely nothing. But the other thing that he can do is that. But again, that's for transformation. And then in terms of the feet, nothing. So overall articulation, as I said, very lackluster. For comparison then, and I can barely fit him on frame to do this, on the left we've got Armada Galvatron, and on the right we've got Kingdom Galvatron. Now comparing him to the modern update of his first lieutenant, so on the left we've got Armada Galvatron, and on the right we've got Legacy Armada Starscream. But of course this is the big one you all are interested in. On the left Galvatron, and on the right the new guy, Legacy Armada Megatron. There is going to be a Galvatron version coming out relatively soon. I got Megatron because Game was selling him for £24. Thank you, Toy Grind. Thank you, Few, for letting us all know that on Twitter. I took advantage of your valuable piece of information and got him for a bargain price. But anyway, that's how these two look together, the old guard and the new. And then last but not least, here's Galvatron with Mysterio. Okay, to transform Galvatron back into vehicle mode, very simple. First of all, we're going to flip up the face plate just to hide that noggin. Open up these panels, rotate the arms in on both sides. Make sure if it gets all the way in, that one has a tendency to catch itself. Take the cannon, flip it out, rotate that up, rotate him 180 at the waist. Then for feet, take the heels, flip them down like that, take the toes, flip them back until they just rest like that, and then simply maneuver the legs up and attach them to the armpit areas. Just like that, and you are done. Okay folks, so there we go, that's been our look at Transformers Armada Galvatron. He's a very strange figure. He is very kid appealing more than anything. He's chock-a-block full of gimmicks, and that is the most appealing thing about him. Just the amount of mini-com ports he's got on him is ludicrous. However, there are ones in the Armada toy line that do have more, like Super Optimus Prime and Unicron. I will get around to reviewing them because I do have them both. Blimey, I'm not looking forward to doing those. Anyway, so yes, the sheer audacity of the amount of minicom ports that he has is a bit ludicrous. But yeah, and the gimmicks he's got as well, very fun to mess around with. But he does leave a lot to be desired in terms of articulation and posability, and that's where the Legacy version comes in. But, you know, for a time, this was the bee's knees. Now, I remember having that big old toy sheet of Transformers Armada figures, and I really wanted a Galvatron, and, you know, after all these years, I do have him. Am I a bit underwhelmed by him, though? Well, yeah. I mean, he is very much a product of his time. He doesn't hold a candle to modern figures. Do I recommend him, though? Well, if you are an Armada completionist, sure. Again, he's full of fun. He's full of gimmickry. And, you know, if you play with your figures and, you know, want to attach those minicons to him, if you've got a tidal wave and you want to do the whole power linking feature, absolutely get him. I would say get him over Megatron because I prefer Galvatron colours in general. But otherwise, if you are more of a collector of modern Transformers and you care for more modern engineering and articulation, there's the Legacy one. And we'll look at that in due course. So, yeah, overall I do give him a thumbs up, but just a word of caution. You will lose things. You can see the antlers are missing. Colour degradation is a big problem as well. Just get him if you care for the gimmickry aspects, really, and if you want to really encapture what Armada is all about. So anyway, thank you everybody so much for stopping by and checking out this review. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and share it around to help out the channel. And until the next time, see y'all later.